Hey guys, Juniper here, and today I'm going to be going over the Bitgert ecosystem. Now, if you don't know, in our previous videos we've gone over Bitrise, which is the same thing as Bitgert. They rebranded. I don't know what they were thinking when they came up with the name, but the concept is legendary, and it is very much groundbreaking. And that is because it is the cheapest gas fees in the entire blockchain. Yes, you heard me right. The cheapest gas fees. Now, on top of the cheap gas fees, it's also very quick, the functionality of having smart contracts and DApps on the blockchain. Now, just to simplify what I mean, because this is my spreadsheet, so what I mean by that is it is a smart chain. So like Ethereum, Binance, or other EVM blockchains, it has the potential to have projects on it, as well as DApps and other functionality using smart contracts. Now, if you don't understand, I'm just gonna break it down. Now, so we have Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is a store of value, and unlike Ethereum, it can't have projects on it, and that's because of the coding in it. Now, Ethereum has all of these different projects. You can think of a lot of them at the top of your head, I'm sure. So basically, Ethereum made a second layer to Bitcoin to make it so that they could have projects on it. Now, that's a layer 2 project on the blockchain. Now, Binance said, "Hey, Ethereum's gas fees are too expensive," and then they're like, "All right, let's make another layer 2 Ethereum." So that makes it a level 3 blockchain. Now it has the same functionalities where it can have dApps, it can have smart contracts, but its gas fees are much cheaper. They're 50 cents. Now, Bitgert is a level 4. Now, the reason why it's a level 4 blockchain is because it has very cheap fees. It goes off of the Binance Smart Chain, and instead of having the fees that it has the same functionality, except that it is very, very, very cheap. And when I say super cheap, I mean it. The gas fees are almost nothing. Now, they're very insignificant, way much smaller than a cent, so as long as you have any Bitgert at all in your wallet, you can cover the gas fee, which is amazing. It makes things like yield farming and staking very profitable because instead of cutting into your profits with those gas fees, even if you have $5 to just throw into yield farming, now you won't see very good returns, but you'll be able to then make money off of it because before you'd pay 50 cents every time you moved money around, which would cut into your profit, which would in that case be 10%. Now with this, it would be billionth of a percent, or maybe even smaller than that. So I think you can understand why Bitgert is such a big deal. It's super cheap, it's quick, and it has the functionality of having the smart contracts and dApps. Now, I'm going to go to the website, just kind of go through it real quick because I have a lot to go through in this video. Now, it's the fastest and lowest fee, secure and scalable blockchain ecosystem. Now, the DeFi defenders, we got into this when when it launched as a part of Binance Smart Chain, and that was less than 1,000 holders, and that's why we were able to make 2,000 times our investment on it. Now, in case you don't know how big 2,000 times is, if you put $1 in, you'd make $2,000. $10, and you make 20,000. And then had you put $100, you'd have $200,000, just to show you how powerful that is of an investment. Now, if you want to get into investments like these, I suggest you check out the company, which is DeFi Defenders, and we do call outs, we do teach people how to get into all these projects, even if you don't know anything about blockchain, and we also teach people how to start their own projects as well if they have a great idea. All right, and end of promo. All right, so you can read the documentation, it's the white paper and all that, and you can also even start a project on Bitgert. I guess it's super easy to do so. You'd go to Startup Studio and then you'd go and apply for it. Now the roadmap they all DeFi Defenders we got in back in July. As you can see, we're in May now of next year, 2000x in 7 months, I believe. Oh, sorry, that's bad. That's like 10 or 11 months. But anyway, that's some pretty good numbers in 10 months. So you can go through the roadmap, and there is a lot to go through. Now, you can go to the developers. You can go all these different things, and you can also bridge it. So you have Bitrise already, which is on the Binance Smart Chain. You switch your Bitrise over to Bitgert on the mainnet. You'd connect to your wallet, and then you'd literally just swap all your Bitrise over. Pretty simple. Yeah, it's almost self-explanatory, but that's Bitgert, and it's a legendary blockchain in my book, and it could become top 10 in the next year, which is why I think that even though it's already done 2,000 times its investment, mind you, it's currently down right now because everything's down. But even after 2000x, it could still do another 10, 20, 50x as long as it keeps up with the other blockchains and launches quality projects. Now, I'm going to go over some of these quality projects. The first one is Sphinx. Now, this is where Bitgert launched off of as a blockchain because you can't just go, hey guys, this is my blockchain. That's not how it works. So Sphinx, let's see. Here we go. Now this is Bitrise Sphinx. We're currently a bit down right now. When it launched on the mainnet, it was back in March. Even since March, we've done um, like a 7.5x since it launched. So good numbers in a very short amount of time. Now, I did already mention that it's done crazy numbers besides that, but that's besides the point. I don't want to keep beating the dead horse. But yeah, Sphinx, this is a DEX, and that's why it's important. It was the DEX that BRC20 started on. That is why Sphinx is important. Not really much to go over. It's a DEX, which is a decentralized exchange. If you want to learn more about it, go to their website, which is sphinx.com. Oh, sorry, sphinx.co. All the links will be in the description. All right, so that's all about Sphinx. Now, Bitrisepad. Yeah, Bitrisepad. It's Bitrisepad. That's the actual name. They have sorry, I forgot to mention. Sphinx has a partnership with Bitgert, obviously because they launched. But Bitrisepad. Well, Bitrisepad is a launch pad. Now, if you don't know what a launch pad is, it's where you can launch projects. And if you participate in these projects on the launch pad, typically what you do is you vest tokens, or you vest your investment, as in you won't be able to touch a good portion of it until a certain period of time has passed. And so what happens is you have a certain allocation you put based on the amount of tokens you have. And then once you put your allocation in, then you're not able to touch all the money, and then you get the tokens over time. Now, with this case, with Bitrisepad, they do have a partnership with the Bitgert team, and I'm going to go check out their website with you guys. So we got the website, you can apply for an IDO. Now, they only accept quality projects, they do vet their own projects. So chances our projects on here are pretty decent. And I can't vouch for them yet because they haven't launched any projects, but I will say that I've talked to the head of Bitrisepad, and the head of it seems to have a pretty good head on his shoulders. So I guess we'll just kind of see when he's battle tested. All right, so they're looking for quality projects, and basically, let's see, token. Where is the? I want to find. Let's just show you because I was talking about how there's an allocation. Where are you? Oh, sorry, it's also deflationary, so kind of similar to FEG, which is feed every gorilla. They're going to be doing a deflationary tokenomic thing just so that over time there's less and less tokens, so that your tokens go up in value. The tiered allocation, I don't see where it is. Is it FAQ? It doesn't say what the allocation is, though. Basically, because it's a deflationary token, the token value over time will go up. That means that they are going to actually change their tiers over time. So if you hold on to your tokens, chances are you could actually tier up if you hold on to them long enough. And then once you do, you just gotta stake the tokens, and then they'll allow you to get a certain allocation. So then you can put in as much money as your tier allows, and then you get those tokens over time. So yeah, that's Bitrisepad. That's our Bitrisepad. Midas, like King Midas, the guy who touches gold, and everything he touches turns to gold. That is an NFT marketplace. Now, the cool thing about this, because I'm not really that big into NFTs, I don't think this is the first time that I've said it on this channel, but I'm not really that big into NFTs, but what they have is a mint to earn and a buy to earn functionality. Now, oh, there we go, I found it. Alright, mint to earn. So you mint 1 to 49 NFTs, you get the equivalent of 10 cents per NFT. Mint 50 to 99, you get the equivalent of 20 cents per NFT. 100 and above NFTs, you get 30 cents per NFT. You just get rewarded just for minting on their platform. Now, I don't know what the fee is, so I don't know how much you'd actually be making. But you do get a reward, which I think is kind of cool, because no other NFT project is doing this. And also, they do have a partnership with the Bitgert team, which I think is pretty cool. Now, let's see. Buy to earn. You buy NFTs, it works the same way. They also get 10 cents or 20 cents or 30 cents, depending on how many you're buying. So it's a pretty cool little thing. I don't know if you'd just be able to, I don't know if there's any way to exploit this at all. I'm actually thinking in my head a little bit out loud. But I'd be interested to see. Oh, let's see. There we go. Maximum airdrop per person, $50 equivalent Midas token. And it's airdrops by Midas token. Any counterfeit, duplicated, or self-minted NFT does not count. So only buy from verified seller. So you have to be verified. Alright, so it looks pretty legit. Again, they do have a partnership with the Bitgert team. They are on the website, I believe, so definitely check them out. So yeah, that's Bitgert. That's Bitgert's partner, Midas. Maybe everything they touch does turn to gold, so just check it out. Alright, the last one that Bitgert has a partnership is with Knit Finance. This is a liquidity bridge. Now, what's cool about this one is that there's a lot of nonsense. If you try to read all this, you'll just get more confused. So I'm just going to explain it. Now, I'm just going to close that website because there's not really anything on there that you'll understand. Now, basically, I was having a hard time understanding it. So basically, it allows users to bridge assets between blockchains without ever having to swap tokens. Now, basically, what I mean by that is that let's say you have a token, right? Let's say you have FEG, like feed every gorilla, right? And you want to transfer that token from Binance over to Bitgert for whatever reason. You said, hey, I know the reason. You want to be able to own it on a blockchain where you can transfer it around cheaper, right? So what you do is you go to their handy dandy website. Sorry. And you basically the way it works is you have the same amount of tokens just on Bitgert instead of on Binance. Now, the way it works is by burning the tokens on Binance and then giving you the tokens on Bitgert. Now, it's a lot of complicated nonsense that I had a hard time understanding. So basically what you need to know is you have these tokens. You can then transfer them over to Bitgert if you want to, or vice versa. If you have a token on Bitgert, you can transfer it over to Binance, and then you can say, all right, now I have this token on this blockchain, and it allows you to do a lot of things, like transferring it to other tokens, or you know, saying, all right, I want to be in this specific farm. If you want to be in a specific farm, then you can only do it in that blockchain typically. So that is why bridging is very important. It's also how you turn your tokens from Binance over to Bitgert. Now, there is another bridge, the Sphinx one, or sorry, the one you use through the Bitgert site. But anyway, this is another bridge, and it's important because it allows you to keep your tokens without ever actually having to swap them. All right, the last one is Numeter, and now they have a partnership with Sphinx. Now, unlike all the other ones, they don't have a Bitgert partnership, which is why it is a different color. They are a cross-chain liquidity provider. Now, what that means is basically it's a DApp where people can provide liquidity for various coins by staking LP tokens. So the liquidity will be cross-chain, so this project will connect BRC to other smart chains. So basically, you know how you look at a coin and it'll go up or down with Bitcoin? Well, it's because they have these cross-chain liquidity providers where they have a bit of Bitcoin, for instance, connected to their blockchain. Now, basically, what that does is, let's say you wanted to connect Numeter to the Binance. You wanted the price action to be bullish when Binance is bullish. You'd say, all right, now we have this cross-chain liquidity provider that makes it so that when the token goes up, so does Bitcoin. And so it is a bit of a complex idea to think about how all these blockchains are all connected. But it's projects like these that are very important, and it seems very similar to the NIT finance, but it is a bit different. But the only reason I don't like it as much is because they don't have the bigger partnership. They have the Sphinx one instead. But anyway, this is all of the projects on the Bitgert ecosystem. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy. I know this was a bit of a longer video, and if you did enjoy, please do like, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I love making these videos and teaching you guys some stuff whenever I can. And remember, guys, buy the dip, not financial advice, but don't listen to all the mass mass hysteria about, oh no, the world's falling apart. Just remember, keep those emotions out of it. Just go, hey, discount. Let's look into this. And that's again, that's not financial advice. And I'll see you guys in the next video.